Hello, my most amazing artists. It is time for another Christmas video. This one is about my other favorite Jan Brett book called The Wild Christmas Reindeer. And I want to call your attention to something really quick before we open this book. Look how cheap used books are. $1.49 I paid for this book. I think I might have had to pay $2 in shipping. Guys, it's so cheap to buy used books. I would really encourage you to try visit your bookstore in town, see if your parents can go online and get books for you. It's wonderful. All right, brand new, this book probably would have been about $20, so that is just part of the price. Okay, Wild Christmas Reindeer. Again, Jan Brett loves northern countries, and this is a book that's hard to fit on the camera. So you're going to see a lot of motifs in her artwork. A lot of these kind of things that look like wood carvings, as well as lots of North Pole motifs. She uses watercolor and gouache to make her pictures, and you guys, these pictures are amazing. They probably take her a very long time. I think I read one time that it took her a whole year to illustrate one book, which is crazy. So this story is really cute. It's about a little girl elf who Santa asked to get the reindeer ready for Christmas, and she has all kinds of trouble with the reindeer. My favorite part of this book, again, are the side parts where you have these wonderful scenes of the elves doing work. Here they are baking gingerbread. Oh, here they are, what are they doing here? I guess more gingerbread. And then there's kind of a calendar that counts down to Christmas Eve here too. So here's like a stuffed animal shop. And here's the other part. Oh, that teddy bear is very cute. I have a teddy bear that looks like that. In the meantime, in the book, Tika is trying her best to get the reindeer rounded up and into the barn. Let's see, it looks like they're knitting here, making hats and socks. Now Tika is trying to give water and food to the reindeer, getting them all ready, and the reindeer are not happy. They have not been in the barn. They want to be outside. They don't want to be in the barn. And these illustrations are so beautiful, aren't they? Just beautiful. Okay, and these side pictures, it's a doll making shop. You can see them over here. And in the book, Tika is brushing and combing the reindeer out. They don't like it. And the elves are making candy canes. I think they're drying here. And Tika is trying to get the reindeer to stay in their harnesses. Then the reindeer, she's trying to get them to go, and they don't want to go. And here the elves are making rocking horses and wooden circus animals. And then the reindeer their horns get all tangled together, and Tika just starts crying. Then the elves are making trains. Isn't that fun? And Tika she just kind of loses it because they try to get untangled, and then they get even more tangled together. And in these pictures, the elves are making greenery, so wreaths and garland, and even getting some Christmas trees ready. Then Tika decides she is going to apologize to the reindeer and stop yelling and be nice. And the elves, for some reason, are working on oranges. I guess because oranges are a traditional fruit you would find in your stocking sometimes. And looks like they're working on clocks in this picture. And look how close it is to Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is the 24th. Once Tika apologizes to the reindeer and starts calming down a little bit, the reindeer all start giggling, and they get released from their antlers. And then things are going to go better from now on. And here the elves are making musical instruments and books. And this is cute because Jan Brett, she does a bunch of books about this cute little hedgehog named Hedgie. And here it looks like a little Christmas Hedgie book. That's kind of a cute little Easter egg there. Okay, so here are the reindeer all ready to go for Christmas. She's got them all sleeked, combed, curry brushed. Their paws are ready, their hooves are ready. They got blankets on. They're happy, which is big. And the elves are starting to wrap all the presents. Wrapping, wrapping, wrapping. And look, it's the day before Christmas Eve. All right, so here are the elves looking out of the gates. And here comes Santa with his sleigh. And Tika's got the reindeer. They're all ready to go. And everyone's excited because it's Christmas Eve. Then I love this picture. The reindeer really know how to fly. They take off with Santa. And Tika is so proud and happy. And there are the little village houses of the elves, you can see, which I think are really cute. And at the very end, Tika is asleep in her loft inside the stables. And it says, Merry Christmas. All right, so we're going to do a project today called Gates of the North Pole. I did this project with a lot of my 3rd grade classes, but a lot of other kids wanted to do it too, so we're going to do it together. Here we go. All right, for this project, you're going to need 3 colors of construction paper. You're going to need a background, so I chose blue, and then a color for your gates, and the color for the windows and doors. You can pick any 2 colors you want for those. I just chose Christmas colors because it was easiest. You're going to need glue. You're going to need scissors and crayons. All right, let's get started. First thing we want to do is put your blue paper aside because we're going to use that at the end. Pick a color for your big gate or your big fence. I'm going to go with the red. No, I'm going to go with the green. And you're going to put the paper landscape in front of you and then fold it like a birthday card. So this is also called hamburger fold because a hamburger bun is thick. Hot dog fold is if we folded the paper like this. See how hot dog fold is skinny, hamburger fold is bigger. So once you've done that, put your other paper aside. Let me get my little mat that protects my table. Forgot to do that. All right, put your other paper aside. And then if you will put your crease on the left, because that's how I'm going to be drawing. So your left hand makes an L, just like this with your thumb and your fingers. So put the crease of the paper right here. That way it's just like a birthday card would open, or a Christmas card, okay? Then you need a crayon to draw with. And we are going to draw, starting at the top, only half the gate, because when we cut this, we're going to cut around and then open it up, and it will be the same on both sides. So draw some little loops and bumps and curves, and then come all the way out and go all the way down. Okay, now when I cut this, I do not want to open this up. I do not want to have it open. I want to keep it closed as I'm cutting. That way I cut through both layers of the paper. Just like this. And if you hear noises, that is my kitten. She is in the studio with me today, and she is going crazy on her scratcher. Okay, there we go. So you should have something like this. If yours is different lines, that's fine. When you open it, ta-da! Look how pretty that is. Isn't that cool? All right, now you're going to get your other paper, and we have to make some doors and windows for this. Now my classes, they had things already copied on paper for them because we didn't have a lot of time. But you don't have that at home. So you're going to fold your second piece just like a birthday card again. Flip it over again where it opens like a card or a book, where the fold is here on the left. And then you are going to draw some doors. Now you got to keep in mind how tall your gates are. So you don't want your doors to go outside of your gate. So you can line this up here and kind of see how big you want them to be. And then you're going to draw the side just like that. I'm going to put a round window here, so I'm just going to draw half of it so I can cut it out. Okay, so now that I have those, again, I'm not going to open this. I'm going to cut through both layers by keeping this closed. If I open it, I won't know how to cut the back. Now you're going to cut through both layers so that you have your door, your gates on your fence, whatever you want to call it, or your wall. And then I'm going to cut out a window. Okay. I might make that a clock. That'd be pretty cool. It kind of looks like the Alamo. All right, other things we need to make a couple more windows. I'm going to keep this closed, and I'm going to draw some windows. I think I'm going to do some ovals. That would be really pretty. And if I keep this closed, I'm going to get two identical ones when I cut this out, which will be very handy. So make sure you're cutting through both layers. Okay. Now I have two windows. There we go. Okay, now we have to glue these on. We're not ready to make these doors come open yet, but we will be soon. So, my glue is kind of sticky, hang on. All right, so my glue is righty-tighty. Now I'm gonna turn it to the left. Lefty-loosey, and that dot disappeared. So, I'm not using a whole lot. That's a thin layer. I'm going to keep this fold lined up with the fold on the wall. Then I'm going to smooth it on and get a good adherence, good adhesion. Okay, then I'm going to do what's going to be my little clock. I'm not doing a lot of glue. I'm going to keep it right on the fold as well. Then I'll glue on my windows. Put this one. Okay. Now I'm going to cut out my doors. Let's talk about this. When you're cutting the doors, the first thing you have to do is cut right through the middle because you're making this a gate. Stop right when you get to the top. Now doors have hinges, so these would open out like this. We're going to have our hinges here, like doors would typically have. We are not going to cut here on the sides. We are only going to cut the top, and then we're going to stop right here. That way our doors don't fall off. So let's do that. There's one. This one's harder for me to get because I'm right-handed. I might have to get it a little, I might have to actually kind of fold this under to get it, make it a little bit easier to cut. And if it gets torn, that's okay, because we're actually going to glue this to the background. There's 2. Okay, now I have only cut the middle and the tops. I did not cut the sides. Now I'm going to open these up, and they should be easy to fold. Right where the door is glued should be a natural place. Whoops, sometimes it tears, that's okay, to get a good fold. Ta-da! Now I have my gates of the North Pole. Now I'm going to glue this to my background. So let's talk about this. Flip it over, and you can see where my fold lines are and where my doors are. I don't want any glue to get on those parts at all. I don't want my doors to get glued down. So when I glue, I'm going to stay away from those parts. But I'm going to flip this over. I want it to be right on the bottom. Make sure you can see that on the camera. I have to scoot it down a little bit. That's okay. Right on the bottom. Then I'm going to push the doors closed and go ahead and smooth this out. That way I don't accidentally tear my doors. And then I can open my doors. When you're letting this dry, you want it to dry with the doors open. So make sure your doors are not laying down. Make sure they're kind of open. If they won't stay open, you can lay your scissors inside them to keep them from closing all the way or something similar. All right, once it is dry, we're going to get to decorate it. And I'm probably going to go ahead and decorate it while it's drying just for the sake of time today. But I'm going to show you one that I already made. This one I went all out for, friends. I used some very heavy paper. It's called Bristol paper. It's what illustrators use when they're making pictures and things. I used gouache, which is a watercolor that is not see-through. It's a lot like tempera, the one we use in class. It's pretty much like that. I haven't cut my doors yet, but I did want to show you that I have this cut out here. And this was all folded in half first. And I used my paper here from the cutouts to make my doors and the other pieces. Since I was painting this, I didn't have to worry about what color it was. And then I went crazy with the decorations. One of the things I did was I looked at the decorations in the Wild Christmas Reindeer book. So if you want to back this video up and look at those and pause it on things that you like, and then you can copy. For instance, I did these candy cane stripes all around. And a candy cane stripe is a thick line and a thin line. A thick line, a thin line. It's just an AB pattern. Lots of polka dots to represent lights. I did a lot of outlining with white hearts, candy canes, just more outlines, diamonds, you know, things like that. Here's some upside down candy canes. So we're going to decorate. I'm going to decorate mine, and hopefully you get some good ideas from me on the construction paper one we just made. It looks very simple right now, but pretty soon it will not. So here we go. Okay, friends, the first thing I'm going to do is use my white crayon, and I'm going to do some outlines. I'm going to start here at the bottom and go. I'm going to go follow my line all the way around. I'm going to show you how to make that candy cane outline. Can you still see? Okay. And if you'll stop every once in a while and leave a little blank spot, it kind of looks like a sparkle, which is kind of fun. Looks like the light is hitting it. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to the red. Found my red crayon, and I'm gonna do the candy cane stripes. So I'm gonna start at the top. So I'm gonna do a thick line and then a thin line. A thick line, and I'm gonna color it in. Oh, and my camera might be moving. A thin line. And I do the outline for the thick line first, and I color it in. It kind of helps me know where to color. Now, I have not waited for the glue to dry, so sometimes my glue will be coming out the sides. That's okay. It's also a little bit harder to color, but if you don't put a whole bunch of glue on, you shouldn't have too many problems. So I would go all the way around both sides. What I might do is just do one side, we'll see. I think for the sake of time, I will just decorate one side. That will probably be easier. All right, now I'm gonna work on my doors. So a lot of times doors have panels inset on them. So I'm gonna draw the panel. And then I wanna make a crisscross design. That's a traditional design you find on doors. So I'm gonna make all my lines going diagonally one way, and I'm gonna try to keep them the same distance apart. Now I'm not gonna use a ruler because I don't really want to have them be that perfect looking, because that would kind of kill all the fun. I had to go find a ruler and then line it up. So then I'm gonna go crisscross the other way with some diagonal lines. And it helps if you'll start right where one ends, which sometimes gives you good results and sometimes it gets a little wonky, but that's okay. And once again, it is a little harder to draw on the paper that has glue on it, but that's all right. Okay, so there's a door. That looks pretty good. Let's see. Now I want to do the clock. I'm gonna get a darker color. So I'm just gonna do the hands. Let's make it 3 o'clock. And then I might do little stitches. These are a very common folk art form. There we go. All right, now my windows. I think what I'll do is do a frame first. Okay, then I'm gonna draw the window. I'm gonna have the glass divided in half, and then I'm gonna put the second divider up here. There we go. I might make another divider down here. And then I wanna put some decorations on these. So I'm gonna get my green crayon, and I'm gonna do some holly leaves. And some berries. There we go. All right, now let's do some decoration on the outside of the door. I want to do a big, beautiful door frame with lights. Ooh, and maybe some, yeah, that would be cool. I think I might even make these candy canes. Ooh, I like that idea, yep. Okay, so I'm actually gonna do my lines diagonally because that's how candy cane lines are. So remember, one thin, one thick. One thin, one thick. Ooh, that looks good. And now I need to eat a candy cane. Okay. Might just go ahead and color this, make this bigger. There we go, adjust that a little bit. All right, now I want to have some lights here, so I'm gonna go red, green. Let's do yellow. Come here, yellow. Yellow, oh, yellow doesn't show it very well. White. Let's make it a pattern. Red, green, yellow, white. All right, now if you want to, you could even color in. Oh, that's pretty, I like that. And I'm gonna give a little shine to that knob on top of the candy cane. I'm gonna color in my white of my candy cane. that looks really good, you guys. Oh, I like that very much. Can you see? Okay, now I want to add some more designs here. So I think I'm going to go in with my green and do the stitch around the edges. I think that's really pretty. First, I'm going to do a heart up here. Is that on the camera? Okay. There we go. Now we'll do the stitches. A lot of the folk art designs that you will see are just space fillers. Just something to fill the space. It doesn't really have to mean much. It can, but it's just something to pretty things up. It's like a quilt. You have all different kinds of designs and squares. Okay, now I'm gonna let's do a heart under this window. That green's not showing up very well in the green, is it? You see that? And I'll do candy canes like this. There we go. And then maybe a little heart at the top. A tiny heart, yeah. Let's color that again. There's glue behind that, so it's not showing up that well. Okay, let's do the stitches around the doorway too. Whew, come back. Okay, that's looking pretty good, friends. I might bring some purple in because I need some darker color. And I could do a candy cane design up here. Maybe another heart here. Oops, I just broke my purple. That's okay. Keep going, friends. Ooh, I could do a diamond. Oh, I gotta tear that off. That's making me crazy. I could do a diamond here. A little dot in the center. Let's see. I'm looking at my other gate to see if I can get any design ideas from it. I think I've used almost all the ideas. I think I'll just do one more go around the window with the purple here. Maybe I'll do some dots on the sides. Ooh, yeah, I like that. You see that? Okay. Oh, that looks good. Maybe a little... Yeah. Fabulous. Okay, I want to add some more dots here. Maybe another candy cane here, or a swirly. I guess they're kind of becoming swirls at this point, aren't they? That's all right. Okay, there you go, friends. Oh, we need some latches on our gates. There we go. The handle to open your gate. Now, when you go inside, you can draw a reindeer or something exciting, or you could even decorate the inside. You could have a whole fun afternoon decorating this. One of the things I did in my classroom was I did flags on flag poles on either side. And if you'll draw a line like this and then just go down a little bit and match it. And then once you get to the end, make a V. It'll look like a really cool flag. Now flags are usually blowing the same direction, so I'm just gonna cheat a little bit and make this one not blowing that direction. I have some strange wind in the North Pole. And then on the flags, you can write North Pole. I think I wrote North Pole. And then add some snow. And I'm just drawing tiny little dots, because if I go like this, well, it's not as good. If I just make tiny little dots, it shows up a whole lot better. And there you go, friends. I hope you have fun making your own North Pole gates and that you find some really awesome Christmas books. If you do, please let me know what they are. I don't think I have comments turned on, but you can always tell me at school. I'd be so excited. So I hope you have fun today. I'll see you later. Bye.